This evening, inaugural interdenominational boat cruise draws huge crowd. The nation celebrates Arrival Day. Survivor of piracy attack bemoans loss of wife. In the region, U.S. oil firm claims Venezuela's state-run oil company assets. And internationally, Vladimir Putin is sworn in for another term as president of Russia.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Bramwell Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Monday, May the 7th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Former Minister of Finance Dr. Ashni Singh and former head of the National Industrial and Commercial Investments Limited, Winston Brassington, did not show up for court this morning to answer the charges laid against them last month. On April 12th, Singh and Brassington were charged in absentia for misconduct in public office. When Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan called the case, both men, who currently reside abroad, were absent. McLennan set the matter for tomorrow to allow the prosecution time to prove that they attempted to serve a summons on them to appear. This past Saturday marked the first annual interdenominational boat cruise. The intention was to try something new and fellowship with other Christians while sailing on the Essequibo River. They prayed for Guyana while having good Christian fellowship. Our reporter Wendell Jeffrey went along for the ride and filed this report.
George, the event was packed to capacity. They had to turn back folks. They catered for about 1,500 folks. Over 2,000 folks showed up. The boat could not hold everybody, and some people were even left who came late because they had to get more chairs and they had to put other provisions in place to take off what turned out to be a magnificent show of persons who wanted to come on the high seas to pray for Guyana and to take the tour. It is the first time that they're having a religious boat cruise, and the talk is that this boat cruise is going to outdo all the other worldly or secular cruises, if only because of the response. Even with your secular cruise, you do not get this kind of response, George. This was a phenomenal show of support where brothers and sisters across the religious spectrum, particularly the Christian religion spectrum, showed up in their numbers across denominations, across beliefs. They broke all of those barriers down and came out on Saturday to have a wonderful time as they celebrated and prayed and give praise to the Lord Jesus Christ.
On this journey, we pray a covering of the blood in the name of Jesus. We pray, Father, for a good day.
As the folks disembarked here in Bartica on Saturday, there was a lot of excitement. There were taxis and buses aligned to take them on tours of the island, and the excitement was thick. You could tell that some folks were very excited about coming to Bartica, and so I took the opportunity to ask them if they've ever been, some of them, if they've ever been to Bartica before, what they thought of this first impression of Bartica, and indeed what they thought of this praise cruise, this inaugural praise cruise here in Guyana, and this is what some of them had to say.
The cruise was wonderful. I enjoyed every moment of it. I can come again. That's my first. It's my first boat cruise coming to Bartica, and I enjoyed every moment of it.
The boat cruise was nice. It's nice. It's nice. I'll do it again.
I love this cruise. Yeah, it could happen again and again and again. I love every part of this cruise. I love.
I enjoy this cruise. This is I went on cruises before, out of the country. This is the first time I come on a cruise in my own country, and I felt so happy that it's a gospel cruise, right? And I think this should happen, be a yearly something for us to enjoy.
I enjoyed it. Yes, it's a good idea.
Have you been to Bartica before, ma'am?
Never been to Bartica. I'm so excited to be here. I didn't even know that we were going to come here. When I learned about us coming here was when I was on the boat a few minutes ago. I'm so excited. And I would love this to be an annual event.
It was very nice and smooth. I enjoyed the traveling and enjoyed the surface of the cruise too.
No doubt the folks are saying that this is something that needs to be repeated. In fact, the joke is that they are competing with the non-spiritual or the secular cruises that they normally have, the all black and all white cruises. This one by far outnumbered anything that they've ever had, and they are encouraged to do this again.
Thanks, Wendell. Residents of Lethem, Region 9, will now benefit from a newly constructed fire station as the Ministry of Public Security continues to ensure public safety throughout Guyana. The project, which commenced on April 7, 2017, is currently in its final stage of completion. The size of the building is approximately 60 by 70 feet and will be housing fire trucks along with emergency ambulance vehicles. Works are also ongoing for fire stations at Madia in Region 8 and Mabaruma in Region 1. 80% work for the first phase of the Mabaruma fire station is currently completed, while 95% of the final phase for the Madia fire station has also been completed. Each fire station will greatly benefit residents of the hinterland communities as the Guyana Fire Service remains committed to the protection of life and property from destruction by fire, as well as attending to other disaster-related emergencies, as well as rendering humanitarian services in collaboration with other agencies. One of the survivors of last month's piracy attack offshore Suriname now has another tragedy to contend with. Esther Sobers has more in this report.
After surviving a brutal attack at sea, fisherman Sherwin Lovell is not only left to grieve of the loss of his colleagues, but also the sudden death of his wife. In an interview with reporters over the weekend, the grief-stricken Lovell revisited a horrific day which he was marked for death. Lovell sustained chop wounds to both his arms and left leg. After being chopped by pirates, he jumped overboard and swam for 2 days until he found land. He then walked through the swamp for several days until he reached a fishing village where he received help. While being thankful for having survived the ordeal, he's now faced with a new difficult reality. His wife, Michelle Carroll, has died. Reports indicate that she took ill and never recovered after being bitten by an unidentified animal. Michelle, who is Guyanese born, had only come to Suriname 5 months ago to be with her husband. The distraught Lovell is now seeking public assistance in making contact with his late wife's family in Mocha, East Bank, Demerara. Persons desirous of contacting Lovell can contact him on telephone number 592-850-4503. As of today, at least 20 persons are in police custody in Suriname. Among them are a well-known suspect called Crackhead. During the interrogation, he allegedly confessed to killing at least 5 of the men. Was it an act of revenge? Investigators are currently working on the theory that the attack was an act of revenge in an ongoing disagreement among Guyanese fishermen who are the main suppliers of fish to the Surinamese market. Nonetheless, family members of the missing fishermen are still left to identify the bodies that were recovered. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
A 59-year-old businessman was charged with the murder of 26-year-old Sean Clark of Campbellville, Georgetown. On Monday, Moses Singh appeared before Chief Magistrate Ann McLennan for the capital offense and was not required to plead to the charge. Clark was allegedly shot and killed by Singh, and his friend was beaten by residents on August 20th, 2016 at Pearl East Bank, Demerara, after a shop owner accused the two men of acting suspiciously around his business. Singh was remanded to prison until May 17th. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, the nation celebrates Arrival Day through dance. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates. For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town, served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from, also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The new thriving Chinese restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
For all your floor covering needs, Kissoon's has you covered. From wall-to-wall carpets, runners, rugs in all sizes and designs, mats for all entranceways, vinyl and rubber tiles too. And with our vast stock and knowledge, you're guaranteed to find your floor covering solution with us. We provide free estimates, and did I mention we install too? Like I said, we've got you covered. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Welcome back. Reports from Berbice indicate that on Monday morning, the lifeless body of a 51-year-old man was discovered in a trench adjacent to a cane field at Blairmont, West Bank, Berbice. The man has been identified as Raul Clifton Gregory of West Ithaca, West Bank, Berbice. Sources say that his relatives last saw Gregory on Saturday evening. He left home to attend a party in Rosignol. His body had several marks of violence on his forehead and arms. The body is presently at the Fort Wellington Hospital awaiting a post-mortem examination, and an investigation has been launched into the circumstances surrounding the man's death. The National Cultural Center was alive with music on Friday as the nation celebrated Arrival Day through the art of dance. Esther Sobers was there and filed this report.
Nitrigi 39, a story of resilience in dance, showcased a splendor of artistry with dancers of all ages. They lined the stage at the National Cultural Center on May 4th to commemorate Arrival Day. The dancers displayed versatility in their dancing as they took the audience back in time with the artistic pieces which highlighted the fusion of culture that took place throughout the generations as a result of the diverse multi-ethnic society of the nation.
So Nitrogit 39 captured the influences of the Indian dance styles on other dance styles in Guyana. It's the influences of the East Indians who, for generations, since 1838, have been here, interacting, fusing, being a part of Guyanese society.
Nitrogi started as a family tradition and it continues to grow throughout the years. The director of the event promises an even grander stage performance for Nitrogi 40.
Next year is our 40th, and we're bringing in the diaspora for that in terms of all our dancers who have been dancing with us from the very beginning. Quite a number. You have Sandra Primus, you have Marlene Bowles, you have quite a number. Jaime Pigot, all of them have indicated that they will come back for Nitrogit 40. And then Dira has a 62 strong dance school in the US, and she's bringing those who are willing to come or those who want to come for Nitrogit 40.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. An intelligence-led operation by ranks of the Guyana Police Force Narcotics Branch this morning has resulted in the arrest of a 60-year-old laborer with 5 taped parcels of compressed cannabis. The illegal substance, which weighed in excess of 27 kilograms, was found hidden in a freezer of his Haslington, East Coast Demerara home. The suspect is being processed for court tomorrow. The worshippers on the inaugural Prayer and Praise Cruise, which took place last Saturday, heard presentations from an array of local and international speakers. Here again is Wendell Jeffrey.
It's going to be for the healing of all the waters of this nation and the healing of this nation. Don't just see this as a cruise.
That was Bishop John Cummings. He lives in the United States but was born in Guyana. His message was both timely and stirring.
There was a time when Guyana was associated with failure, with shame, confusion, racial hatred and strife, political upheaval. But I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there was a set of people who refused to stop praying. And we are here on a prayer cruise. We got food alright, but we come to pray. Did y'all hear us say? The food don't wait for later. Hallelujah. But we come to pray. We took it upon ourselves to come apart from the high seas and the waters to pray.
Also speaking on the cruise was Yvette Shockness from Trinidad and Tobago.
And I hear the Lord say, a burst of energy is coming upon the body of Christ. We are in the last leg of the race. We have become too judgmental. We have become too judgmental. We're looking at people and we're writing them off too easily. When you look at the kind of people that Jesus went after, and you know Peter was a customer. You will look at a man like that by the bar, you will pass him straight. Because you don't think that that's the man that God is going after. I do not believe that this thing is about rapture and catch all your go to hell. Because that is what we've made it to be.
Shockness called on the older Christians to remember that they were not perfect. She admonished them to embrace the younger generation.
The older people in the Lord, we need to stop being so judgmental and embrace the younger generation and love them. We were not perfect. We have made the gospel too complicated, but it's simply about accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord. It's time we begin to tell them. It's time we begin to tell them. I declare compassion is being released upon you
The new refurbished MV Malali docked at the Piracy Stelling sometime after 8 p.m. on Saturday night, and the overwhelming consensus is that this cruise must be an annual event. The organizers heard the cries of the people, and it was announced as the saints were disembarking that the Praise and Prayer Cruise will be held on Arrival Day every year from now. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. On Monday, the owner of Glow Again Boutique was remanded to prison on a drug trafficking charge. 42-year-old Gavin Blackman denied that he had 1.1 kilograms of cocaine in his possession for the purpose of trafficking. The crime was alleged to have been committed on May 4th at Lot 2 Norton Street, Georgetown. His attorney applied for bail and told the court that the cocaine was not found on Blackman, but the prosecution informed the court that Blackman has been under Canu surveillance for quite some time. The court heard that the accused was seen picking up a white parcel and taking it to Lot 2 Norton Street in his car. As he entered the yard, Canu ranks gave chase, where it is alleged that Blackman ran up the steps and threw the parcel inside the house. The parcel was retrieved and the suspected drugs were found inside. Bail was refused, and he was remanded to prison until June 7, 2018. We here at Channel 2 Headline News believe there are people in Guyana who go unrecognized for their exceptional service to the community. It is with this in mind that we introduce Headline News Person of the Week. Headline News Person of the Week recognizes those people in Guyana who are inspiring or are making a positive impact in their respective communities. A new Person of the Week will be featured on Channel 2 Headline News every Wednesday at 7 p.m. starting May 9th, 2018, and on our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. Do you know someone who deserves to be recognized? Contact us. Send your nomination to our Facebook account, or you can email us at safetv2hln@gmail.com with the subject heading Person of the Week nomination. In your message, please give the person's name, location, contact information, and a reason why they should be featured. If we like what we see, your nominee just may be featured on Headline News Person of the Week. Coming up after the break, U.S. oil firm claims Venezuela's state-run oil company assets. Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Mom, Mother's Day is coming up, you know?
Yes, I know, and I hope I get something real nice. Last year was great. Lovely.
Sparks an idea.
Yes, what?
Why not let's both head down to clearance and get ourselves some new outfits?
Fantastic. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that indeed. Remember people, the sale happens for 2 days only.
May 11 and 12.
And for all you moms out there, there's a special offer. Buy one, get one free.
On all dresses, jeans, tops, and accessories.
Happening right here at Clearance.
Always keeping you in style.
Welcome back. Here's BB Backus with our regional and international headlines of the day.
American Airlines has announced St. Vincent and the Grenadines as one of its newest destinations. According to a release issued by the airline, American is the first U.S. carrier to serve St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The release further stated that the year-round service will operate an Airbus A319 every Saturday commencing December 22, 2018. Tickets will go on sale next week. U.S. oil firm ConocoPhillips has moved to take assets of Venezuela's state-run PDVSA to enforce a $2 billion arbitration award. The award is in relation to the nationalization of the company's project in the socialist nation. Sources indicate that the oil firm has targeted facilities on the islands of Curacao, Buenos Aires, and St. Eustatius for acquisitions. Conoco's legal maneuver could further impair PDVSA's declining oil revenue and the country's ailing economy. Venezuela is almost completely dependent on oil exports, which have fallen by a third since its peak, and its refineries ran at just about 31% of capacity in the first quarter. And in international news, Hawaii's Kilauea volcano eruption has destroyed 26 homes and forced thousands to flee as the lava spewed more than 200 feet into the air. More than 1,700 people have been forced to leave the area and could be told to stay away for some time as the lava flow is expected to continue spreading. Officials said the disseminated homes were in the Leyland Estate subdivision, where molten rocks, toxic gas, and steam have been bursting through openings in the ground. And finally, Russian President Vladimir Putin was sworn in for another 6-year term. On Monday, Putin swore to serve the Russian people, safeguard their rights and freedoms, and defend Russian sovereignty. He was inaugurated for his 4th term as president 2 months after more than 70% of voters backed him in a presidential election in which he had no serious challengers. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, BB Backus.
Thanks, BB. Now for your 7-day weather forecast and bridge retraction schedule. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out for this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed day.